For today's video, I want to talk about the resources that are available either for new sailors or for new boat owners. And this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a while because I know that when I bought my boat and when I first got into sailing, that I really struggled, finding resources where I could enhance my learning. So, of course, the obvious place that I think a lot of people start is with sailing lessons. So, whether that's going through the American Sailing Association, doing your ASA 101, or through US Sailing, or, there's also great resources like community sailing. There's Clearwater Community Sailing in Florida. Here locally in Colorado, we have the Colorado Community Sailing at Cherry Creek. So, those are great resources, and I highly encourage new sailors to take a course. The next thing is probably books. And so, there's the kind of the basic books that give you an overview of sailing. So this one is, Sailing for Dummies, and then the Handbook of Sailing. And so for me, I read through both of these books before I actually took my first course, just so that way I kind of had a basis to learn from. And then, of course, you can also get into more specific books on specific topics. So, you've got How to Trim Your Sails by Peter Schweer, and then Sail and Rig Tuning, which this is a great book by Ivar Dedekam. Some boats will also have boat-specific books. So in the case of like the precision boats, we have the Trailer Sailor's Guide to the Precision 18, which is by Tom Scott. And you can just Google that, and there's a link to it where you can download it as a PDF. But it's a great book that Tom Scott put together many, many years ago, and it's considered kind of the Bible for precision owners. Another great resource is some of the manufacturers or the dealer network that they have. So Precision no longer, of course, manufactures boats, but they do have folks out there that used to be dealers. And so some of those folks are still great resources because they have a lot of knowledge on the boat. Boats like, Catalina, of course, they're still making boats, so you can contact them. They have a great dealer network. Also, the manufacturers' websites. So, a lot of places you can download kind of like an owner's manual for the boat that you might buy or that you're reviewing or looking at. So with the Precision, of course, it's a hard copy. It's $10 from Precision. It's not very big, but you can see I did a lot of highlighting in mine. And so, this is kind of a good resource when I initially got my boat, and I learned a lot from it. I know, like for the Potter 19, there's a PDF owner's manual, and it's a pretty actually comprehensive owner's manual. Another great resource is the businesses in the sailing community. So things like sail makers, part manufacturers, part suppliers, those are all great resources in their specific areas. So like in my case, as an example, I talked to the folks at Dwyer Aluminum Mast Company when I had a spreader bracket that broke. And so they guided me through the process. They helped me select the proper tools, the rivets, all those kinds of things. So those are great resources as well. YouTube is a great resource. And so for me, when I was looking at boats, especially when I was shopping for different types of boats, YouTube is kind of where I went. And then, once I bought my Precision boat, I didn't find like there was a lot of really good information on Precision boats specifically. So that's one of the things that prompted me to start this YouTube channel, is that I wanted to create resources specifically for precision owners to help them kind of on their journey when they first purchased a boat. But there's a lot of great information, especially technical information, on YouTube. So things like rigging and reefing, stepping and unstepping the mast, also things like rebedding hardware or fiberglass repair, all those kinds of great resources are out there on YouTube. There's also some great Facebook forums. So there's general sailing forums, and then there's usually brand specific forums. So like McGregor and Catalina and Potters, they all have their own Facebook forums. And so for us, it's the Precision Sailboat Owners group on Facebook. But there's also kind of general forums like the Pocket Yachts and Trailer Sailors forum. On Facebook, also there's regional resources. So here in Colorado, we have the Colorado Lake Sailing group. And so, wherever you are in Florida, on the Gulf Coast, Lake Lanier, whatever, I'm sure there's probably a Facebook group out there for those areas with a lot of great information. Another resource is yacht clubs. And again, a lot of them have either websites or Facebook forums. Like here, there's the Pueblo Sailing Group. There's also racing groups. So a lot of the organizations that get together and do racing, they have a little Facebook forum. Another thing you'll find on the web is great articles about sailing. So every topic from how to avoid a broach, how to dock, mooring, anchoring, all those kinds of topics. There's great articles out there on the internet if you just search for them. You can also find great discussion forums. So there's, again, if you just search for them, there's specific like cruiser forums, there's small boat forums, there's forums for specific manufacturers. And so, again, there's a lot of great forums. You just got to do a little bit of research on the internet to find those things. Finally, another great resource is other sailors. So in my case, I had a friend, Scott, who had a lot of experience sailing in the Caribbean and South and Central America. And so when I was kind of struggling with heavy wind sailing, we actually went out on the boat and had a great time. And he really built my comfort level and taught me a lot just in those couple outings that we did together. But other sailors are a great resource, and usually they're more than happy to come out with you, answer your questions, take you on their boat or go on your boat with you if you have a new boat, and kind of just make sure that you're not making those dumb mistakes and guiding you through some of the questions that maybe didn't get covered in your initial sailing class. All right, well, I hope you found this helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.